Got the Gobi rack stuff in here. I'll open up one of the first boxes. It says, looks like TJ 2000 maybe? Instructions. This is the large toolbox. Gonna read the instructions. Alright, the instructions actually say to start on the back pieces. Looking through some like forms and stuff like that, a lot of people say they have problems with these guys. So I'm gonna try to loosen these up and try to see. On the other side, I went ahead and tried them and they were fine. Now someone's already backed off. These are Allen's now on mine. Before I believe they're like a Torx or whatever. And I've heard a lot of people get those stuck. So far I had no trouble, but that's why I wanted to start with these. If this is a problem, I gotta get heat, I gotta see if I need to get any kind of extractors or anything like that to get these bolts out. So I'm gonna try these all real quick. I tried the other side, everything's good. I'm gonna try these and then just see, and then I'm gonna start in the rear for the, and after that, probably go ahead and mount it, I guess. And then I'll get back into the way the instructions tell me to about starting in the rear. And then I guess kind of, I don't know if it worked my way forward, but anyway, I gotta get that side. That's the most complicated, is in the back. But this sometimes has to be a problem for a lot of people. What I really should be doing is putting some penetrating oil on some of the bolts that hold my rear bumper on there, like on the lower bolt. I believe that's the only bolt I really have to take off, and that, you know, this thing is a 22-year-old vehicle, so if I can do math, that is. But so it's pretty old, and you can definitely see a lot of corrosion and stuff like that from the road that's happened by then. But anyway, let me see if these things loosen up. Okay, sweet, that went out easy. I'm just gonna make sure these are nice and seated. These is like a 3/16 Allen. However, they're like some sort of Torx, and I don't want to say what that size is because this is how it was when I got it. Well, it had lights, but okay, sweet. I was pretty worried. I thought I was gonna have to spend a lot of time extracting these, but that's some great news that it's that easy. Now, I guess I really didn't read. You know, another thing, a lot of times people are putting like a red Loctite on these. That's one of the reasons you're using heat. If not, I'd probably give it a nice good pound, put a little penetrating oil on there, give it a nice good pound with a hammer to try to get that free. If not, a lot of times it's gonna be it's gonna have Loctite on there. So sometimes you might be able to take, like, well, not this, but maybe you might be able to take like a Torx, or take a Torx socket and get that just like really warm, and that'll transfer to there. You know, you're kind of in this problem between, you don't want to hurt your paint, but you also need to get a lot of heat into it. Some guys are using soldering guns, not the soldering irons, the ones that are like 200-300 watts, something like that, instead of like a little 80 iron watt. You might try a little butane. There's a lot of different ways, and then there are some special tools about getting that out. You might also try one of the, I believe they're called the impact drivers, and what they do is that, I think they have like a little camming motion inside there, so you hold them up there. A lot of times you see them with like a Phillips head or something like that. You can get that, just beat on it, and what it does, it does a combination of like pushing in and kind of turning just a little bit at a time, and that's really good at breaking loose, because that jar helps get stuff broken loose as well. But luckily, this looked like all this came off pretty easy for me. I'm really happy. I was assuming I was going to go run and get a solder gun or something like that. I just figured I was going to have to fight this. Of course, I also thought it was these bolts out here that had to come out. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I'll have to clean this up a little bit, but that's the first time I've ever seen that. Okay, everything seems like it's not gonna move. I'm not gonna go driving like with this condition, but yeah, let me get the other side off and get rolling. I might just do just this tonight, and then in the morning start back there. That way I can get everything put up, and I can spray that down with some penetrating oil, and hopefully make it just a little bit easier for the morning. Being said, it may rain. I'm not exactly sure. We'll just see, but I don't know. I just got home and feel a little bit tired. Just a nice day. My wife's out of the town. The dog's bored, so I don't know. She wants me to play and whatever. So we'll see. Got to remove these little plastic things on the side. Takes a T30 Torx 30. I've already got one that's screwed up. I think there's like, these are in there. There's like, they're so rusted in there. I already went and sprayed them. I'm gonna get that just a little bit more loose and then spray some more penetrating oil. But on the other side, I've got one that whatever's in the inside is spinning. So I'm probably just gonna cut it off. Hey, pup. Anyway, I'm gonna leave these off. I just really don't care. Even though I've obviously used them before, so I'm gonna put them back on. I'll just leave those 2 bolts in. But yeah, it's this other one down here. I'm going and sprayed it. But yeah, it's totally spinning inside. So, smell cut it or whatever. It's really not too big of a deal to me. These are sacrificial anyway. Finally got that last bolt in. See, I still got a ratchet strap to kind of yank it on over a little bit. I ultimately had to take a little off. It's like just the powder coat thickness wouldn't let that line up. So it lines up now, and I mean it's got good isolation there. So I'm not worried that too much anyway. And I did clean that a little bit, but now I have left all these loose, as it says to do, for something else that goes on later. But anyway, I'm gonna put those bolts back in. That's all I'm gonna do for tonight. Oh, let me check this other side. It may have pulled out kind of badly. I don't need to let that go too. I misread that I didn't notice I had these little things, and I got to put them under here so it doesn't wear in. Not that it really worries me too much on this whole thing, but still, got to do that. So wedges, just give myself a little bit more space. Got to do that on both sides. Then I got a little alcohol pad here. Well, it's a lens wipe, close enough. Trying to clean this lip. Seems like it's never gonna get completely cleaned. It's a really cool, really like kind of how this thing sets up here. Sounds like a pretty neat design, but it's a little hard to reach. You got to get it cleaned according to the instructions. But these towers, no. See, they got like these little cutouts, stuff like that, that are meant just specifically for some of these body welds. And then here on this cutout, I'm having trouble seeing, right here, that's meant for the outside. They have a good illustration, but still, I guess now I can actually watch somebody do it for real. This plastic thing is definitely in the way, and every time I move it, it gets more dust in this, on that lip. Well, kind of hand tighten this, keep it in place. I assume. I'm gonna go read instructions though, again. Alright. Also want to note that there's dog crap all in my tread, so it also stinks over here, and I'm trying not to bump into this, but it's probably gonna happen. I haven't fixed this yet. I'm gonna clean it. They don't really show you exactly how to do it. I guess I would actually think it'd make more sense to put it like a little bit lower and a little bit this way, because I would figure that like this, you know, if you're letting this down or whatever, it's gonna want to go this way or down. But it's really not a big deal, especially for me, because I don't even care to scratch it. That's just part of, it's just kind of part of the Jeep world of an older vehicle and some of the old stuff we got. Again, I don't exactly have a alcohol pad, but this isn't bad. Clean this real good. Make sure everything's seated. Got two nice little scratches to go off of. Scratches. I see this one. It's very pronounced. Oh, no. Okay. Man, shit. Oh well. I did keep this a little bit lower. Honestly, it's probably for the better. But I don't like that there's a little hole there that you can kind of see. Really should have marked it. But again, I don't really care. If it's yours, you know, like go up there, make a little mark. See, can you see my finger? You know, go to dead center there. Then make sure that the center of that lines up. For me, it doesn't really matter. Not for my purposes. Okay, I think this can probably be seen better. This is the passenger side. And I went ahead and I loosened this back up. It doesn't feel loose, but it is loosened up. We'll see. Being said, I don't really want it flopping around. I just want it to be able to maneuver, find its place whenever I get everything mounted up. I've got this about as clean as I can get it. Anytime this thing moves, stuff falls down and catches that lip. This is the same deal with the tower, whatever. I think I like putting this in first. I thought I saw somebody say not to, but maybe I just mistook what they were talking about. Oh, let's see that already. Already looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna go get a grease pen and I'm gonna mark this because I didn't do it last time. Okay, it's close enough. I already basically cleaned this off, but I'm just gonna do it one more time. But there's, you can see it. I lined both of these up in the little seam, and that seems to help. Just the last time I didn't get this center part just where I should have done it. Huh. I still somehow got that off. Whatever. Parallax error. It doesn't matter. Okay. These are a lot harder to get to later, so I'm gonna go ahead and hammer them down. All I'm really trying to do though, I just want to get this lock washer just kind of a little bit compressed. I assume it's actually like pushing into this aluminum, but oh shoot. Or I'm screwing up. Could be that too. Oh shit. Gotta look. Not really positioned how I normally would. But yeah, I've got them all compressed. That's all I'm really looking for. Making sure they both feel tight. Actually, I feel like this didn't seat like I wanted it to. Also, I'm gonna get that longer. See, there's two different sizes. I think the longer one goes up here. Let me go and get that in there. I should have done that. Like I was saying, I didn't think it didn't look like it seated like I quite wanted it to. Just looking for no gap, I guess. These slots are a little bit on the looser side. Caused me a little bit of trouble. And it feels real sturdy. Like I said, I've left all these except, well, this one's probably not too loose. These all kind of have a little bit of room so if they need to flex the cam. Got a bunch of debris on my camera. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try that rear bar part and then I'll think about if I need to go ahead and tighten these down or what. And I'm still not sure how I want to place the rack on the top because it's only gonna be me today. It's kind of, I didn't even know it was gonna be here till yesterday until it was until maybe an hour or two before it showed up. And then as far as another like fast notice help, my wife decided yesterday to go to or maybe Thursday, but you know, kind of last minute to go to see her mom on Mother's Day. So this is gonna be a solo project, but I think it's doable. But I'm not done yet either. And that one part is a little heavier than I like to lift, and it's very cumbersome. Try to get this thing up to 41 inches and then see how she does. Got those out. Those sawhorses are I'm gonna go up to 33 inches where they're at now. So I'm gonna try to throw up some wood or something like that between them to try to get them the rest of the way. First, I want to try to get this crossbar kind of on and see where it's at. .42 inches. Something I can manhandle it there. Alright, well anyway, I like the way this is, so I'm going to tighten everything up.